Good morning, family and friends. Oh. So, uh, a friend of mine, distant relative, asked me to put together a list of um, tools to bring because when you're living in Liberia, yeah, it's about 6 o'clock in the morning. The rooster is gonna crow throughout this video I have. I don't stress about things beyond my control. So yeah, that's gonna happen. But it's very important as you think about doing projects in Liberia that you look at living in Liberia as if you are homesteading in America, right? We call it homesteading. So basically, you have to have almost everything. You need to be an independent household within the community. That means you don't have any, you're not 100% dependent on the local electricity supply. The water supply is not, unless you're living in Cinco, very few blocks in Cinco, you have to figure out your own water supply. Um, the sanitation, toileting, septic tank system, you have to figure out your own systems when you're coming into Liberia. So I just put together a few things that is not some of the big things and some of the little things. The local people here do have tools. However, I'm finding it's very important that you have your own tool because someone will come all the way to your house and then they will start requesting something that they should have told you a day or two ago to get. So it's just all those little small requests that makes your project go a lot longer, and you're like, are you kidding me? I'm losing a day because I don't have this or that. So it's really nice to bring your own tool, and we have a lot of manual tools here and they can use it too. But when you want to do your DIYs, because everybody will charge you for every little thing. So yes, you have to learn how to do DIY or have someone with you who is a little handy, so as you can save a little bit on cost. So within no particular order, some of the building tools that you need to bring with you will be hammers, regular manual hammers, and I say hammers because they tend to work. And you have to be very guided with your tools. People will tell you, yes, I will give it to you when I'm done. And it doesn't happen. So be guided with your tools once you bring it. And the quality of your tools, they'll say, yes, they have all these things here and all these things on this list are local, but the quality is not the same. However, the price is high. So you're paying high price for a lower quality product. So you might as well ship your shit. Yes. So hammers. I have hammers. I have if you're building, whether it's your house or store, if you're shipping, you can do the buckets of nails. So I know in Lowe's or Home Depot, they have these big size buckets of construction nails. Here I've seen something they call wire nail, and then they can use steel nail also. They go anywhere from 1 inch to 4 inch. And then for the steel nail, they tend to use a lot between the 3 to 4 inch ones. But if you're shipping a container, save yourself the headache, go buy it. They do have nail, they have a nail factory, and again, it's the same story. Quality does matter. I mean, we use it. If you're getting a drill, make sure you get a drill that is can go through concrete, because a lot of the buildings in the U.S. is not concrete, made of concrete, it's made of wood and other things. But the buildings here are primarily concrete, And so if you are bringing a tool that you want to go a long way, make sure it's a concrete. Going through concrete is one of the big tool capabilities of that tool. And of course, then usually those drill has, you can do it on PVC and wood also, but make sure you get something that can go through concrete. Then electric sander. And if you listened to me before, I said I did get my equipment battery power, just because I'm more trying to be more eco-friendly. But to save yourself some money, get on Craigslist, get on Facebook Marketplace, and get yourself secondhand electric tool, because you are going to be running your electricity or using LEC to run these things. So talking about those tools, electric tools, make sure you get yourself one of those 50+ foot long plug in, what do you call them, power cord, so that you can be able to extend it to wherever you're working and different things like that. Just makes your life much more easier, because when the workers come, they are looking for these things, and if they have to go and get it and bring it, yeah, one day event turns into a week. I brought a 50-foot one with me. You can do manual hand saws too. I did bring one, and I wish I had brought more than one, and I've guided it seriously. That's the only reason I still have it. Tends to work. Yeah. Something to do. I brought like a box knife, wire cutter, good paint roller, actually. Paint roller. You will not believe it. All the things they have here is just so flimsy. You use it one time, and then you have to buy it again and buy it again and buy it again. You can get yourself some really good painting mechanism that's gonna last over time. Do it. Spray. Do it. Because by the time you spend all this money on brush, it's ridiculous. What do I have? I have for your building again. Of course, you can get all these things here: the doors, the handles, and the cabinet. You can get it, but again, the quality is low, and the ones that does look flashy is overcharged. So if you can go to your Home Depot, your Lowe's, your Menards, and get yourself some good quality material, get it, put it in a drum, and ship it here. Otherwise, you'll be paying a boatload of money for something that just looks pretty on the outside, not functional. Light fixture. So get your door handles. You can get the hinges too. Otherwise, you can get hinges from here. The hinges is not a priority versus the door handles. People notice that thing. So door handle, cabinets, and if you're doing drawers, some drawer handles, especially if it's a place where it's going to be your home and you just want to have some nice unique touch for when you're at home. Do that. And of course, lighting fixtures, they have it limited, and the price is exorbitant. Oh, don't even let me talk to you about bathroom mirrors. Oh my God, I don't know why all of them have to have lights on them. Wait, seriously? Why do I have LED lights on, or why do you have LED lights on all these bathroom mirrors? Yeah. So if you're sending a container, put their stuff in it and send it. I can't say it more. If you're not and you're sending a drum, you can, maybe for the kids' bathroom or the visitor bathroom, you can use local. But if you want to use something a little bit for yourself, simple, classic, or flamboyant, ship it. Books. Bring books. I know it's not tools, But yeah, bring your wish list of books, honey. If you can ship yourself two or 1 to 2 drums of books on everything, anything, do books are good. Keep your mind going. And no library to go in to do all of that. Not yet. Make your own library. And in the process, you can make a community library. Hey, there you go. Someday, it's on the list, the to-do list. Okay. Oh, of course, this is gone way beyond all of that. So after that, the same with bathroom. I think here they do tend to have a little bit better commodes, but the seatings are terrible. They look flashy, they look like you sit on it 1 or 2 times and it's falling to pieces. So yeah, if you can get your eco-friendly toilet, ship the shit. You got it. Okay. Going on to other things. I'm just gonna be all over the place on this list. That's just me. 1 drum of your favorite snacks. Yeah, I did. I did, because I am not going to pay triple the price for something in the supermarket. Put that in a drum, and I shipped it, and I still got enough to take me for the year. Go Dollar Tree. I went Dollar Tree and got a whole lot of deodorant, toothpaste, soap. Even though I make my own body lotion and my own deodorant and my own toothpaste, I knew that there will be a time lapse in which I can introduce that to the children I'm raising here. So I did bring some of that. I used it as gift to people, and then I have a pile of stock that I'm using with them until I figure out where to get my bulk baking powder, baking soda. The coconut oil, I've already started making the coconut oil. And I brought some essential oils with me because I do use them when I'm making that. However, I am going to transition into doing my bulk coconut oil and making my own essential oil locally. So I did bring my supply to carry me for a while until I transition into producing those things locally, because right now I have to do other things. So at least I'm covered for a year on those things. But if you're not making your own soap, you're not making your own deodorant, send a ship of, because that same stuff in dollar store, you'll be buying it there for $5. Yes, ship it if you can. Okay, so then for your household appliances, you can get most of those things here. And that would be the one thing I recommend, that you get them here. Get your stove here, get your juicers and your food processors here. Because what? You don't have to worry about the power differences. You don't have to blow up your appliances. If you already have it in America and you don't have to go out to purchase it, I'll say purchase them here. But if you already have it, big thing is you have to make sure you're putting it into a stabilizer to convert it. Otherwise, you will blow up your appliances, your TV, your ironing thing if you iron, you know. So those things you can get here because they're already set for the 220. Whereas the things that you're bringing, the voltage on that is 110. It will get blown out. And then you will have transported it all for nothing. So be smart. So I got my stove, my gas stove. I got a small one for cooking outside. I started with a small one, and then I wanted to bake more. And because I'm not set up for baking with the drum yet, it would take me too long to bake something. So I went and got a stove with an oven. Okay. Gas stove, a propane stove with an oven on it, and it's been amazing. It was a good investment. But yeah, like I said, get your appliances here if you haven't already purchased them over there. Get them here, and you can get them for good price. Literally, Those people, you can get them for really, really good price. For example, I needed the air conditioner for the pharmacy. I walk in there, they tell me, and of course I wanted one that has an inverter on it because that thing's not gonna be sucking all my electricity. So one with an inverter on it uses low power, has low power consumption. So I walk in there, 9,000 BTU air conditioner. They're telling me $600 or $650. I'm like, I must look like I came with a bunch load of money, and so I called a bluff, and I'm like, oh, screw this. I really did need that air conditioner. I was like, oh, I'm going to the next store, and I walk up. They gave me to my car. I got that baby for $450. Oh yeah, yes. So I'm just telling you, the margin is huge, especially if you're going in to buy all these cooking appliances. You just pull it down the shelf and say, I can buy all this thing. Now let's talk price. Bargain, you gotta put your bargain game on. Last price, that's how they call it. You come here to call you a price and you take it out of your pocket and you put it down. Sucker. Okay, so let's see. Dishes, if you want good spoons, bring your spoons over because all the spoons there, yeah. bring your good quality dishes if you want. You can buy the everyday one in locally, but you want some good quality dishes, and let me tell you, dollar store dishes are good. Yes, they're good, solid dishes. You'll be buying that here for 4 or 5 times the price you buy it in a dollar store. Take my word. Okay, let's see. Where are we? Having fun. Firestone wood. All your furnitures. Remember, I said furnitures. I will tell you, no, don't bring your furnitures because you can find a carpenter that can do it. I happen to find one. I've been sleeping on an air mattress. It's got some leak in it. I get up twice a night to re-inflate that baby. When I'm lucky and there's electricity, it's a good night. Not lucky, it goes down. Oh well. So after 5 months now, I'm like, okay, got some things done. Let's start looking for that furniture maker. And so we've been looking, and I found a guy, a carpenter, and he's from Sierra Leone. And the one thing I've noticed, if you want good quality furniture, make sure you insist they use what they call Firestone wood. Otherwise, it will be plywood. Yeah. So yeah, so we'll see how that goes. So I'm hoping, I don't know when, but one of these days I'll be on regular mattress and not getting up twice a night and hoping there's electricity. Okay, let's see. Business, if you're bringing your business here, yeah, definitely. They have everything here, but again, price is crazy. You go on Craigslist, go on Facebook Marketplace, get your desktop, get your laptops, and get a good laser printer. Take you a long way. Black and white one will take you print out for a long time before it wears off, and bring yourself extra cartridges of that. Bring your folders, bring your white out, your iron glue, your staplers, your pins, I bought a whole box of papers, and of course I use both sides of the papers. I use one side and then I save it until I use the other side. I used to run my business before, so I know that. I'm not printing on one side and wasting it. No, I use it all sides. And then find something to do with the scrap after that too. Bring your Rolodex. I did not, so I have to look for something. I have to figure out a way to make a Rolodex. Projector. Bring yourself a projector. If you can bring 1 or 2 projectors for your backup, that's not a bad thing. And I am looking for a board, and I think I'm gonna have that made locally, just a small board to put on in the office. Yeah, but definitely the big things would be a printer, a laser printer, to be particular what type of printer, because the inks here will kill you. And other things that you're gonna need for your office. And again, if you're shipping a container, if you're using a whole container, put an office chair in there because the price around here is crazy. Yeah, using my office with plastic chairs. So cars, let's move on to cars. Again, car is very important in Liberia. It's the difference between getting one thing accomplished versus getting 2 or 3 things accomplished in a day. Car. So you have to have a plan for your car. Are you importing, which is a whole lot of or are you buying locally? Because the price actually, if you look at it, you might buy it cheaper or whatever by the time you ship it here. The price for buying the cars on the local market are comparable. And try not to go too into Monrovia to buy a car. The place that I thought was between Kakata, Monrovia and Kakata is actually between Kakata and Banga. And I haven't made that place yet, that distance yet, to check on the dealership that's farther out there. But I've seen multiple dealerships in and around Monrovia. Just stay away from Cinco. But the price is comparable. And then you do see cars where people are having for sale and stuff like that. So you do have to have a mechanic to look at it before. But the price seems to be comparable for if you were purchasing it in America and shipping it here. Let's see. For your cars, you're also gonna need jumper capers, portable charger, and then I brought a pole belt too. I never know when the car is gonna break down. And I also found out if you're ordering bulk cement, you can literally use the wrappings from that to put in your car as a pull thing in case there's a reason why your car is broken down and it needs to get pulled. And I did bring in some fluids for my car. Yeah, some oils and other stuff. I don't know the thing, but things that car needs. Somebody told me, so I kind of brought some of that in. And while you're here, also think on other things to think about, and this is not just equipment based. This one is the sanitation on where you're doing a store or business, as well as where you're living. Sanitation, you have to take that into consideration. Septic tank versus a biodigester. They do have someone who does a biodigester. You have to do your research on it to know what the difference is. There are also bioenzyme, which I'm trying to get from Germany, or you can get it from Kenya, or you can get it from Ghana too, which you can also put into your septic tank that can keep the septic tank down, so that you're not overflowing. But your septic system is your problem because you're off the grid. Kitchen scrap, what are you doing with that daily? Yes, or cooking scrap, I should say. What are you doing? That's daily waste management. You have to have a plan in place. I have a half plan. Yeah, I need to get my game up a little bit. The chicken right now, the rooster must have gone to the front of the house. It's a little bit more lighter, so he stopped crowing. But I'm using my chicken coop as a place to do biodigester, biodegradable food waste in there for the chicken. But I need to still have another way to get rid of the plastic, the single-use plastic. I'm trying not to have single-use plastic in the property, but it's a battle. I mean, just having people not go from mouth to ground with plastic here. I just say, pick it up. The maid doesn't live here. Yes, I do. So, and I just say I prefer not to have plastic that is just getting used once. But if I do have it, I need it to be put somewhere, a designated location, so that it can be disposed of properly. Okay, so water, your daily water use. It's not a public thing, it's your private thing. You have to figure it out. So I'm lucky to have a well on the property that I'm manually using right now. However, I do have plans to put on a big water tank on top, 1,000 liter on top of the second floor. And I did go to Freight Harbor and I bought a pump that I'm gonna use to pump the water from the well up to the tank when there's electricity, and then it's gonna feed the house by gravity. Now all the fuss is gonna work, huh? All the plumbing, everything's gonna work. So that's my next project to work on. Most of the people do use a submergible pump, but that thing that I bought, I spent a lot of money for it. I know it's gonna last for a long time. It's well built. It's not a toy. So do think on what are you gonna use for your daily use, and then your well water, you can actually treat it and drink it as well. Haven't got to that stage yet. I'm still getting my filter water from L'Oreal Water Place is somewhere in Cinco, and I talk about that extensively in another video. Then of course, with all that plumbing and all that water issue, then when you're setting up your house, think about it. Hot water, your faucet, if you're gonna have hot water or cold water, and if that's your plan, you can get a water tanks here. I would love to have a solar water tank, but I don't know. You can get hot water on demand also. I'll let you know what kind of hot water system I'm gonna go with. But yes, in the rainy season time, you do need a little bit of hot water at least. Electricity, I've talked about a little bit. Your choices are LEC generator, solar system. You pick your choice and go with it. If not, LEC is not at every location. We just happen to be very, very lucky to have LEC at our location. So yes, and I appreciate that greatly, because in the last couple of days, I'm about to jinx myself again. LEC has been wonderful. I can say that. Yes, they've been wonderful. No issue with that. I haven't run my generator in I don't know how long. So yes, so you do have a generator or solar. Those are your choices. And your cooking will be either on the gas stove, or you have to use wood, or you have to use fire coal. Both of those requires the destruction of trees. So I try to stay away as much as possible. And while propane is not the best choice either, compared to killing trees, I rather do propane. And you can get that in the store here, or you can ship it if you're shipping your container. So I've had a long video. I hope this helps someone, as I'm sending it to a family member who requested it. But I hope it helps you as you look into your journey into coming here. Look what I'm reading. Yeah, I started it, but I didn't finish it. I'm going through it. And yes, I'm using my thingy. Yeah. Gift from my former employers. But yes, so I hope this helped you wherever you are. Have a nice day, because I'm having a blessed day.